My dad passed away in 1994, and someone said, he left you a little money, you should be able to go to Ireland. So I did, loved it, came back. 6 months later, there was a halfway to St. Patrick's Day party at Turf Paradise. So I went to that, heard this Irish music, and it was the McMorrows. And I ran into Bridie McMorrow, and she said, come in and have a cup of tea. So I did. And then I started going to the Irish Foundation meetings. So I got involved that way. Well, after we'd been in the Irish Foundation for a while, and then a group of people, including David and Susan Tierney, had meetings in their house, and we decided to do the memorial. And this was a dirt lot at the time, and we had several meetings, but we went up to a quarry in northern Phoenix to look for the top stone there, and it turned out that one didn't work out very well, so she went to northern Arizona and got the stone. And so that was interesting. After they had that built, we had a little dedication here, and Bill O'Brien was there drinking some kind of whiskey and pouring it on the ground. And the next day, Maureen O'Hara, who ran the newspaper, the Desert Shamrock, came down to take pictures, and somebody had put a basket of potatoes in the doorway. So she kept coming back for days trying to find out who it was, and they would take out the old potatoes and put new ones in. And we never did find out who put the potatoes there. Well, it was a lot of the old timers who unfortunately aren't here anymore. I'm the old timer now. But it was a great group of people, and it was interesting watching the buildings being built, and Paul Ahern doing such a great job with the architecture and everything. And we'd have parties in the hall, and we had one of, I think, the last Emerald Balls there in the hall. And then in the cottage, I became a docent, and I was a docent there for 16 years. So I met a lot of interesting people and a few weird ones. And it was funny because people would come to the hotel next door, look out the window and see this and decide to come over and find out what it was all about. And then the library's been very interesting also. My mom started the library in my hometown when I was like 3 years old, so I'm always with a book. So I donated a lot of the books that are in the children's section. I was the first president of the Friends of St. Patrick. Tim Campbell, who's the director of the center in Downpatrick, Northern Ireland, came over a few years ago and wanted to start a chapter here. So nobody else wanted to be president, and I was the last one at the table, so I became president. And of course, when we have our young ambassadors that go to Ireland every year to the St. Patrick Center, and one of the young ambassadors is my guest tonight, Sarah Bowie, and they still talk about her when I go over. They go, we remember Sarah. And Cara, of course, was a young ambassador, and several other people. So it's been a good connection, and particularly getting the young people involved. Well, I think a lot of it has just been the friends that I have made. There's so many here in the audience tonight, and it's fun to connect with them, hear about their travels to Ireland and their family connection and everything. And then, of course, just meeting people that came into the cottage, and we would tour the cottage, the hall, and the library. And they were amazed that this was even here in the middle of the desert. Well, I want to thank my family who's here, and many, many friends, and the Cardinal football team fans. And I hope everybody has a wonderful time. This is just such a great honor, and it's just a fun night. We're going to have a good time with the music and visiting everybody. So I appreciate everybody being here, and I appreciate this award very much.